like, after the class. Right. So yesterday we started this, by the way, just to remind you that we will actually have the two courses, the front end part that I have not started as yet. And today I'll just give you a bit of touch of that one. But anyhow, yesterday we started programming with JavaScript. And very quickly, if I'll give you a very quick review of the things that we did yesterday. So I said that it's a transition from Python. You are learning yet another language that would be so fun because this language will have direct or indirect effect on your websites that we'll be creating, and we'll be creating some cool websites, by the way. And we talked about that. We saw that JavaScript was mainly for web development when it was developed. And we talked about there are two types of applications, desktop from website development. And we say that there are certain languages that are specifically for desktop application, right? C, C++, C Sharp, etc. And then we talked about there are certain languages that are specifically for the internet, they are not useful without internet, the web-based applications, web development languages. So we talked about HTML, CSS, JavaScript, ASP, PHP, etc. And why did we discuss that? Because we wanted to make a strong case for JavaScript. And we said that JavaScript is not only used for website development, but also and we can develop desktop applications. And I told you that it has come over the ages and it's now website. It's basically used for client-side development as well as that JavaScript is now evenly powerful for doing server-side web development, which of course might not be a very strong concept right now. We have not discussed it in a very much detail. I'll talk about that. In summary, we talked about that JavaScript can be used to develop client-side websites and server-side websites and desktop applications. You should understand the power of JS we are discussing. Then we started talking about definition of JavaScript. We saw that it's a lightweight interpreted language, just-in-time compiled language. And I talked to you about that a compiled language, specifically a true compiled language, is one that never runs your program if there are any bugs in the program. And a compiler-based language, interpreted language like HTML, like CSS, like JavaScript are the languages that are very friendly, and whatever line they understand, they'll produce the output. Whatever line they do not understand, they do not produce the output, and so on and so forth. They are called interpreted languages. JS is one of them, HTML, CSS, etc. Then we talked about how to run JS program, and we saw that by using Node.js as console application, we ran that one, and I showed you how to run that, and I'll just talk about that little. By using REPL of the browser and Node.js, we have seen both of them. So for those who have just joined today, what we are about to what I'll just tell you today is how we will run by using the web browser that I have not told. And if you had a chance to look at those videos that I shared yesterday, like as a pre-work, you would have seen that how people can interact with the JavaScript. But again, I'll tell you that don't worry about that one. So one of the most popular programming languages, it's basically amongst the best or most popular programming languages, JavaScript. It has many versions. It's an evolving language. ECMAScript, ECMA, European Computer Manufacturer Association, which is a standards body responsible for JS language standards and defining these things. Then I talked about ES5, ES6. If you hear this word ES5, ES6, please be understood, be mindful that, okay, someone is talking about JavaScript. ES5, ES6 is, you can call it another advanced name of JavaScript. So JS can be also termed as ES5 or 6, etc. Then we started talking about JavaScript syntax a little, and today I'll just talk about that a lot more. We saw that it's a case-sensitive language, so name and name are both different. Customer name and customer name are different. Again, if there is a single word change from caps to small, they will be treated as different variables. Naming is mostly used as camel case, and I talked about camel case, Pascal case, snake case, kebab case. Some people call, they give them different names as well, but we will be using out of them, mostly we'll be using camel case in JavaScript, but certain situations might occur. I'll tell you, we'll be using the Pascal case as well, but that is a special condition that will happen. Then we talked about semicolons at the end of statements. I showed you that I was using consciously, unconsciously, I was using a statement terminator after that. So actually, that's a terminator it's called. And I told you that semicolons at the end of a statement are optional, but they mark the ending of a statement terminators. A very good habit is to always use them. Why? Because most of the programming languages use them. Riley, do you remember that I gave a point here that I would recommend we always use them? Make it a habit of using this one, because all the advanced languages that you are going to study from this point onward, they will have that. And I think Dr. Annie also told you about that in the previous semester anyhow. So it's a good habit to use Terminator because it's always because people coming from Python, they feel very much difficulty in getting used to it. Believe you me, because after Python people, and again JavaScript is friendly. It will allow you. Before we do one step that I will ask you guys to do it. Comments in JS, I talked about how to write comments. There are two types of comments, single line comments and multi-line comments, and we talked about them. Now, this was the quick overview of review of what we discussed yesterday. A very quick question. Like I know that some people they have just joined today, join us today. How many of you do not have Visual Studio Code installed in your system? Because I'm about to start this part, as I told you, how to run that by web browser. So for that, I will be needing this Visual Studio Code. So question. So let's start our today's lecture. So I'll call it January 5, 2023. We are starting our today's lecture over here. So a quick question. How many of you don't have VSC? No, Tristan. No, Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio is very, very different. I want you to install something like this. I'll just show you I'll show you. Yes, we need Visual Studio Code. So Visual Studio Code download, and I'll share the link yet again. Please download this one. It's a very lightweight studio, and it will really help you out. So see here, I'll just share the link. You can just download it. You have the Visual Studio, but the node is not working. Okay, who is that who's saying node is not working? Alex is saying that node is not working for me. Alex, don't worry about that yet, because today I'll after the session, I will be with you. Don't worry. I think you might not be using Node for the time being, because today I'm introducing the website, the how to run that by using the web browser. So you will be good with that. So for today, Alex, for the class session, be with me. After the session, I'll be with you, and I'll definitely fix your Node issue. Oh, that's wonderful. Riley is always very helpful for us. Riley, thank you very much. Again, I'll be there as well, Alex. So whatever you feel comfortable with. All right. So someone was asking about Visual Studio 2019. So remember, Tristan, you need Visual Studio Code. I'm expecting that, Tristan, you have installed that, because today I'll talk about some of the very important extensions of this one, because that will give us a very good, interesting sense of things. So I would be really happy to have. Okay, that's wonderful. And Taylor, I'm expecting that you also have installed that, because you were not there. So we did this installation yesterday. So I'm hoping that you are also ready for that one. Anyhow. So just to remind you, just to remember, for remembering purpose, remember, I'll just close this one, close editor, and I'll open it again. That's wonderful. So I'll open my Visual Studio Code again, and I'll tell you that how I've reached to that point, because that's important. These are early classes, so I would like students to be familiar with these kind of things and should not be lost during the lecture. Okay, so this is Visual Studio Code, and you remember File, Open Folder, and you should have a folder somewhere on your hard drive. Like again, is be it a Mac, you'll be making that folder in the. So I have created a folder, Winter 23 Programming with JavaScript Lecture Codes Week 1. I click on that folder and I say select folder. Whatever folder you are creating, just do that select folder. When you select that folder, and you remember, I think Kim asked a question and I create a docx. I don't need that one. Kim, you remember you asked for something and I just made that for you. And now you are comfortable with that. So I'm just removing that from the folder. So it's actually a physical folder that is lying on my editor, like on my hard drive. And if you guys remember, I showed it to you, and I'll show it to you again, because that would really give you a sense. Okay, we are talking about this folder. So if I go to Programming with JavaScript, if I go to Lecture Codes, Week 1, this is the folder that I have. This is the folder that I have opened up. Can I have a quick thumbs up from everyone? Because I'm about to start the third part from our notes that I talked about yesterday. And I'll today tell you how to run that with the web browser. And that will be the most fun part for everyone. Okay, so I'm expecting everyone is ready. Alexander, you are raising your hand for some reason, or maybe it's a mistake. Oh, it's okay. It's a Alexander, you are again raising your hand. No problem. Looks like you're having some difficulty with your reactions.
Oh, I
Not
accidentally pressed it and tried to get it back down, but I double clicked it. So
Alexander, not a problem at all. I was just thinking maybe you have a question, right? Okay. So now please be with me, everyone. I'm about to start this part, that how to run this JavaScript with web browser. And that's a very important, interesting part because that will be helpful in front-end course as well. I would like all of you to just go to this week one and please remember, some guys told me that Open Editor is not there with them. Even if it is there or not, don't worry about that. You have to always work in your week one or the working folder. I hope I made my point clear. Now, just click on this another new file and call it index.html, all small, index.html, index.html. Have you guys done that? Hit enter. A new file will be created. I'll go very slow just for the purpose. Now here, I would like to do a magic here. All of you just enter this sign of exclamation, just enter sign of exclamation and hit enter. You will see the magic happening. Just sign of exclamation and hit enter. Voila, you'll get a complete HTML document, by the way. .html, we have stored that document as .html. I've got a complete HTML document. Oh, if you missed out, I'll just do that Control Z. See here, in this index.html, just type a sign of exclamation and hit enter. And for the time being, do that with me. Later on, I'll explain you what this all code is all about. Just right now, just consider, okay, I have just done something and I have just, a folder here. Okay, so this is that I have got my boiler complete HTML. So again, I'm showing you sign of exclamation, hit enter. Now please follow me up. And again, please don't worry about anything at all. What is this body? What is this title? I'll talk about everything. Come to this line number 10, maybe line number 10, and write it with me. This less than sign, then write script, then write src equal to, write script.js and close this tag. You will get a closing tag, something like this. The less than sign, greater than sign. I would be waiting for some thumbs up when you guys are done with that one. Script src equal to script.js. Alex has given a thumbs up. Alex, thank you. Alex Singleton has given a thumbs up. Savannah has given a thumbs up. Savannah, I can see that. Thank you. I would be happy to see some more thumbs up that you guys have done that. And try to do it exactly the same way as it is here. If you are having problem typing that, I will just show you something. This is the line that I have just typed over there. Script src is equal to script.js. That's wonderful. Laura has given a thumbs up. Riley has given a thumbs up. That's wonderful. And some people, I cannot see them. So hopefully they are also done. I'm expecting that everyone is done now. Now, this is an HTML file that we have created. This is an HTML file that we have created. I want to run this file. There are two methods. Now, please listen to me. First, I'm telling you a difficult method so that you know, okay, the effort behind that. And then I'll tell you the easy method. First of all, difficult method. Do you remember? Can you find in Finder? And I remember that Riley told the way that in this one, if you go right click and say find, find in Finder, as I said, find in folder, you'll find that folder where you have stored that one. So go to that folder, you will find index with your favorite, with your favorite browser, something. Do you guys see that, everyone? Double click on that one. You get a page which is not showing anything at all. Don't worry, but you get an HTML page that is showing something like this. Now I'll make your life a bit easier. This is a page that I have created, index.html, and I'll just show you. And I can see this over here. Now, without even maybe realizing few things, I would like you to go to line number 7 and change this document word with your name. Like I'm changing it with Nauman. Change this something in between title, change it to Nauman. Save the document. Remember, Kim, that you need to save the document. Hit Control S. And the page which is running, go and refresh that. Where do you see Nauman? Can I ask you guys? In the chat window, can you let me know where do you see Nauman now? At the very top of the page, the title of the page. This is called title of the page. Yeah, the tab. Yes, you're right. The tab window or the tab or the title of the page. Are you guys understanding that one? I would like you to do one more thing. At line number 9, after body, just hit and enter and see here what I'm doing. Just do this with me. And again, I'll explain that completely to you. H1, just type H1, no tag sign, and hit enter. Just type H1 and hit enter. And type anything. JavaScript work I have typed. Save that. Next step is save that and refresh that. You'll find JavaScript work on the right side of the page. How many of you guys are till this point? Because then I'll start explaining, because there are a few important things that I need to discuss here. But I want you guys to just, first of all, give me a feedback that yes, you can see JavaScript work and you can see your name at the very top, like in the tab. And okay, that's wonderful. Taylor, Jonathan, Tristan. Tristan is done. Riley. It's just the start of some awesome thing. Tristan, you'll really enjoy this excellent linear thing. Anyhow, actually, I don't want to teach you HTML over here, but we will just talk about everything over here. Don't worry. But my purpose was different. My purpose was how to run JavaScript. You remember the third point, how to run JavaScript by using web browser. Now, I have a JavaScript file which has 3 console.log statements. And I'm specifically mentioning this to those who were not there yesterday. Create a new file and call it script.js. And you must have these 3 statements over there. I'm just copying these 3 statements. Rather, I can just remove them as well. So I'm just copying that for you. These 3 statements are. So Tristan, this is specifically for you. Taylor, this is specifically for you. Again, those who were not present because of some reason yesterday. So I'm just sharing that for them. So they must have this script.js file. So actually what I've done, I have connected this script.js with my HTML page, index.html, and I'm running that over here. Just don't worry about yet anything else, because I'm about to tell you a very easy way of doing that. Now, if you have by mistake closed the web page, no problems. You can go again to your folder and click on index.html and you will get your website back. You'll get your website back. Okay, everyone has done that. Now let's move forward. It is very difficult way to find a file in Finder and run that. And please consider one thing very, very important that I want you to. I am running a website from my users, Nauman, college, etc., 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 which does not look good. I should run this as a server-like application. Now, to do that, please be with me, everyone. And I will just expand it for a second. Go to your view and go to extensions. Everyone, go to view and go to extensions. Extensions appear. Write down over here, live server. Write down live server over here. The first link that you get, click on that and you see that it is installed with me. It would be showing for you install. Install this live server for you. Install this live server for you. Savannah is giving thumbs up. That's wonderful. Installed. Everyone who has installed that, please give a thumbs up. That's wonderful. After it is installed, now see what we're doing. Go to your browser, this one. Oh, that's wonderful. So Alex, see here, what I will do. I'll go to my file, see my cursor. I put my cursor on the file, right click on that one, and I see open with live server, the first option. Click on that. Okay. Open with live server. So, oh, okay, I ran it for twice. Do you guys see that? Now this file is running over here with a lot more cooler syntax. It looks like it's coming from a server, something like that. And another cool feature about that is that now if I make any changes, if I say not JavaScript work, only JavaScript, as I hit save, look at right side of my document. I don't need to refresh that. This live server will keep on updating the file once you update it over here. If I change from Nomanatik, from the title, I change Nomanatik to JavaScript. And I hit save. You see that I don't need to refresh that. The live server will take care of that. I'll stop here. And I would love to have feedback from everyone, maybe in a written form, done, good, bad, whatever, so that I can know that everyone is with me. Wonderful, Riley. Riley, you can check now that whenever you are changing something over here and you hit save, your document gets updated, by the way, automatically. That's wonderful. I want you guys to, okay. Isaac said all good. Jonas says all good. That's wonderful. There are lots of people saying all good. Okay. Alex, I'm understanding that it means got it. Okay. So that's good. Okay. Now please listen to this one very carefully. Listen to this one very carefully. Actually, I want you to run the JavaScript file. So you see that this is my JavaScript file, which is running with this one, which should be, I'm expecting is attached to that one. But you know, the statement that I've given are console.log statements. And I'll have to go to my browser and I'll go to inspector. Anyone who's frequently uses a VPN might need to turn it off, as usually the firewall, which is, oh yeah, exactly. You're right. So again, if there is a problem, Riley has given another very important internal. So do you guys see something very interesting over here? Do you guys see that in the console, I'm getting hello world, second statement, third. Do you guys remember that one? Let's check something. If I remove these two statements and just leave the first statement, hit save. Did you guys experience something? We can clear console by looking this one. And now if I refresh that, do you guys see that only hello world is appearing over here? It means my JavaScript is very much running with this HTML file. This HTML file is running, and behind the script is running. Script.js is running. How many of you guys have understood? So what I'll do, I'll just cut all this single line comment, etc. from here, and I'll put them in notes. Why? Just to make my file simple. I just given single line comment and multi-line comment. I've just added to the notes and see here. Yes, so I have seen Alex has given. I missed how to open the console. No problem, Alex. Alex, see here. Alex, when your website is running, right click on anywhere of the screen, inspect. And in inspect, you will find multiple tabs. One of the tab is console. I'll just make it big. And by the way, you know that this inspector tool can be set up anywhere. You might be getting these tools over there on the left side. You might be getting these tools on the right side. Wherever, you can just go to console. I prefer it to place it again at the bottom. We can even take it out of the window as well. Alex, you got it? It means if I write anything in console.log in this file, this is a new statement. And if I hit save, you will see that now I'm getting both of the statements over here. When I go to console, I get an error of 404. Abby, I can look at that, not a problem at all. Okay, that's wonderful. So Abby, would you mind sharing your screen? Is it possible for you? If you can share your screen. Brendan is getting the same one, no problem. Brendan or Abby, Any one of you, if you can share your screen, that would be wonderful for us. Alexander has also the same problem. No problem. We'll just look at that one. Okay, no problem. Alex, you or Brendan, you might, are you able to share your screens? That would be good for us because, you know, I can see firsthand what's going on.
I can share the screen.
Sure, sure, sure. Yeah. Okay. No problem, Brandon. Not a problem at all. Okay, I got it. What is the problem? Oh, that's wonderful. Oh my God. Okay, so I would first of all do one thing because, you know, and that's a good thing, Alexander, that you've shared this over here because, you know, we can just, you know, quickly find out some problems over here. The first problem that I see is your folder structure is having a bit of, you know, weird sort of thing. What I would recommend you, are you using Mac or Windows, Alex?
I'm using Windows.
Windows, that's wonderful. Can you just minimize this and show me this folder in the File Explorer? Like minimize this window, or maybe close this window, not a problem. Close this window and
just the
Visual Studio Code. Close the Visual Studio Code. I'm talking about Visual Studio Code.
Okay, and then just go to my File Explorer.
Yeah, File Explorer and show me the file.
You see it?
Oh yeah, I can see that. So it's semester 2 and it's okay. Okay, I got it. Can you do one thing? Can you go one step backward in the folder, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Can you do one thing? Like you know, delete both of these files, like folder and file, both of these, delete them. You know, I'm just, you know, doing that for your good because that you will be okay. That's wonderful. Now, can you right click and create a new folder? New folder and call it week 1 because, you know, week 1 we are into right now, week 1. And no, please always try not to give spaces in the folder's name. That's a bad habit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's for
create a new one.
Universal rule. Never give a space in the folder name, right? Week 1 should be week 1.
Like that?
Maybe it's you know, even to make it simple, just write week 1. Don't worry about that even underscore.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Actually, just to
Yeah,
make it
yeah,
simple. Because Alexander, later on, you might want to access the path of this, then you will have a lot of problems in that one. You know what I mean? When you will be accessing the folder. Okay, so that's wonderful. And now minimize this and open your Visual Studio Code. Okay, of course, it will say that these files are gone. Okay, no problem. Like close these files. Script.js is coming cut, like index.html is coming cut. Just close them. Close them. Don't worry. Don't worry. Wonderful. Now, come back like on the left side on the folder structure, you go to your week 1. Take your cursor, right? Like, you know, and click on that one.
Yeah.
And maybe new file. New file.
Oh, new file. Okay.
Oh no. Yeah. Okay. It's okay here. Like write script.js with a small, everything is small, script.js. Wonderful. Now just go to your week 1 again and you see that the button will appear in front of, okay, it's not appearing anyhow. Just click one more. Okay, that's a thing. That's a bad thing. Okay, you see that right now, if you just, you know, click on this week 1, right click on week 1, new file. New file, the first option. Now write down script.js and I'll let you know what is happening. Script.js. Now listen, the outer script.js is not inside week 1, it's inside semester 2 folder. You know what I mean?
I see. Yeah.
You can right click and delete that. Right click and delete that. Now listen for everyone. I'm telling you a very important thing. Yes. Can you click on this arrow with the week 1 and close it, like, you know, contract it? So yeah, just for a second. Now listen, everyone. Listen, everyone. If you want to create something in semester 2 folder, not in week 1 folder, listen how you will do that. So I'll just request for a second, I'll request a control from you. Can you just allow me the control for a second? Okay, that's wonderful. Now, everyone, hopefully you are looking at it. And now see here, if you want to create something inside semester 2, but not in week 1. So see, when he clicked on the right click on the middle of the screen, it was created in semester 2. Why? Because it was not in week 1. So now if I just close this week 1 and I show you something, if you want to create something in semester 2, you can do both ways. You come at the bottom and, select this one, like, the big box, or maybe right click, not right click even. I'll just give you the right way. And if you now click on this new file, you will see that this file, hello.js, something like that, I'm typing. Oh, why I'm not able to type? It's not typing for me. Do you see something typed over here? No?
No, I can't see anything now.
Okay, so I'll just stop the control. Can you type something? Okay. Can you just do that again? Click on the middle of the screen. Yeah, yeah, that's wonderful. And now maybe click on the new file, or right click on new file. Yeah. And just type anything. Hello.js maybe. JS, and hit enter. So you see that, Alex, what has happened? The file is not created inside week 1 folder. It is created inside semester 2 folder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see
Because
that.
you had selected the major outer part, and it's for everyone. Are you guys getting that one? I would like to have a response that if you want to create some file in week 1, see what you'll do. You will go to specifically to week 1 and right click on going into week 1. Let's click here and new file. You see, and write index.html. That's wonderful. I can see a lots of thumbs up. Index.html. Now listen, Alex, you can delete this hello.js because we have nothing to do with that one. Now see that. Now can you collapse that week 1 again, just to show you that it's only. So my files are very much safely inside inside week 1 folder. Does that make sense to you, Alex?
Yeah.
Okay. Now listen to it. That's very important. Now can you click on index.html? Yeah, in the left side. This is here. Now just create the HTML document. Like again, sign of exclamation. Shift, hit enter. Wonderful. And now can you just change your title to your name? Okay, I'll talk about that. Don't worry. I know, Abby, there are problems. Wonderful. Now go to this here, write H1. First of all, write H1, no problem. We can write script later on.
Okay,
Write
so just
yes, hit enter. Write H1. H1, hit enter. Wonderful. Write JavaScript code or something, whatever. Type something, JavaScript or something. Yeah, wonderful. Now I'm telling another shortcut for everyone, by the way. Just go to the end of the line and hit enter, like, end of the line and hit enter. Now hit one more enter. And right here, script. No tag sign, just a script. And select the second. No. Control Z. I'm telling you another shortcut for everyone.
Okay.
Delete that, delete. Yeah. Now just write a script and wait for me. Script, don't hit enter. And now select the second one with the mouse or the keyboard, second one. You see, and now inside inverted commas, the quotation at line number 12, write down script.js.
in here or here?
Yeah. No, in here.
In there, okay.
Exactly. In the double quotes. Script.js. That's wonderful. Now listen. Now open your script. You have not saved that. And how do I know that you have not saved that? Because I see
white circle.
Yeah, exactly. Hit Control S or Command S. Now go to script.js. Wonderful. And write console.log. Maybe I understand what's the problem. I'll just let you know. Console.log and write hello world. Inverted in the parenthesis. Yes, inverted commas, like the quotation hello world. Wonderful. And put a semicolon at the end. Hit save. Wonderful. Now go and right click on index.html on the folder structure. No, on the folder structure left. Yeah. Open with live server, the first one. Now this file is running, and now you can open your inspector. Open your inspector and go to the console. Can you maximize the browser window for a second? Yeah, that's wonderful. And here you will find console. Can you maximize console? Do you see hello world over there?
Yeah, right here.
It means that your script is now working successfully fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And by the way, did you see that you can change the orientation of this inspector tool? You can make it to the bottom. Do you find that 3 dot that Eclipse type of menu over here, 3 dot menu at the top somewhere on
right
this?
Here?
I cannot. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this one. Click on this. And you see that bottom, the middle one. The middle one. Yeah, yeah. Just yeah. No. No. On the dock side, 4 options. On the
Oh,
dock.
here, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
the middle one. The middle one. Yeah, this one. Click on that. So bottom is a lot better, you know. Yes, so
Yeah.
bottom will be much better for you. You know what I mean? You can change its orientation, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Alex, I hope this was helpful. You know, you need to keep
Yeah,
a
it was.
track of your folders, by the way. Remember always, you know, remember them always.
Yeah, I will. All right, thank
Okay,
you.
that's wonderful. Abby, so Abby, your problem is not solved. Now I'll just, come back to my solution for a second. So Abby, your problem is not still solved. Like, looks like you were saying that still there is a problem. Okay, so Abby, is it okay? You cannot share a screen. How can I help you? The problem is I cannot help you right now. I know I can understand that, Abby, but unless I see your folder structure, how I would be able to just guess what is going on. So Abby, we can do one thing. After the class, you can just be here, and I don't know how you would share the screen. Don't you have a PC like personal computer? Like personal computer? Yes, send a photo. Yes, that's wonderful. Send a photo. Send a photo of your folder structure quickly. So please, you guys need to just learn one thing, you need to be ready for our class, sharing your screen and those things like that. Okay. Week 1 has, okay, so week 1 has index.html and script.js. All right. But when you just, click on this little arrow with the week 1, do you see that both of the files go inside that? Or you have done any spelling mistakes? If you can just check that one. And what is the error that you are getting? What is the error that you are getting? Can you tell me the error? And by the way, other than AB, is there anyone else who is having the same problem? Not able to run this file? Okay, shown the error. Oh, Abby, there is no problem. Your file is working fine. This shows hello world. Abby, you are worried for no reason. This is working. You see hello world at the after this yellow line, and that's something that is happening. Yeah, Riley, why not? Riley, I'll be happy to do that. Riley, can you do that quickly? So Abby, your file is working. So Riley is basically sharing a screen, and Riley will show us that how to share your screen on Mac. And that's a very important lesson, by the way, for everyone.
All right, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so on the Mac, pop open your system settings. It's going to look a little bit different, but the general rule of thumb is going to be the same. So just type in security settings and go to that there. And you're going to be looking for, oh, I think I just had it. Oops, hold on. That one. So find this section where it's privacy, and you'll be able to see for screen recording. Go into that, enable Microsoft Teams in there. And while you're at it, just make sure that your camera and microphone are also enabled for both. And then that'll let you do screen sharing. If you want to be able to let someone control it for you, you have to go to input monitoring, enable that, and you also have to go to full disk access and enable that, and then everything should work. So just make sure that Teams is working for all of those. If you don't have the option to add it, so for example, if you were in screen recording and you didn't see Teams, you can click the add button and it'll ask for your password, and then you can go to applications, add any application you want, and then you can give it that permission.
Wonderful, Riley. Thank you very much. I hope that was helpful for everyone. Thank you, Riley. Thank you very much. All right, so okay, so Abby, you can discuss this with Riley maybe later on, and because that would just save a bit of time for us. Okay, so do you guys see that? Okay, it means that we can run our, our files. We can run to the run our files in the in HTML as well. So don't you worry about these all kind of things, whatever over here. Just be worried that we have got a file that I am able to run over here, and my script is now working very fine. Is that clear to everyone? Now, from here onward, I will just give you some of the things that we can just type, or we can just have in this console. And don't worry about that one. Right now, we are just having these console outputs, but later on we'll just talk about. So what else we can do? We can console a number as well. So if I say console.log 110, if I just console that number, you will see that you need to remember one thing: the numbers appear in blue color and the string appears in black color in our console. Number appears in blue color. So there is another thing that I can just type maybe, and I can say, for example, if I put a string again, a single quotation string also is good, fine. But again, you will now. I would like you guys to just do one thing, because you will see that there are lots of things that automatically happens for me. It's actually I am making my code prettier by using one of the extension. So now I would like you guys to just do one thing. Go to your extensions, everyone. Right? And over here, write prettier. Prettier. And you will get this prettier code formatter extension. I would like you guys to install that one. And again, I'll be happy to have thumbs up from everyone when you are done. You need to install this prettier code formatter. Prettier. I'll tell you what does that mean. It will make our code prettier, and we will not be needing so many things. You would be looking at my code that if I just even make this mistake, see if I make this mistake, I make this one bad. I made this one bad. I have just made my code bad. But as I hit save, you see that code becomes very good. Do you guys see that? So I want you guys to do that as well. So prettier installed for everyone. That's wonderful. After installing prettier, now see here where what you want to do. You go to File menu, Preferences, and Settings. File menu, Preferences, and Settings. File Preferences, Settings. Here, I would like you guys to do something. I would like you to just write format. For example, just write format. So you will get an option, format on save. Check on that one. Format on save, check on that one. And yeah, so format on save should be checked, everyone. And just give me a second. Default. Yeah, so just write default formatter. There will be a default formatter option appearing over here. If you write default formatter, you'll find here that there is a prettier code formatter option. Now, once you have installed, so select prettier code formatter. So 2 steps: select prettier code formatter and do format on save. These 2 options. I think Alex has done that. It will be good if you can just give a thumbs up when you are done. Prettier code formatter and format on save. Both should be checked. Like the prettier code formatter, default formatter. So it should be selected as prettier. And the format on save should be checked. Yeah. So how did I reach to these settings? See here, I'll just close that. File menu, Preferences, and Settings. Josh, File menu, Preferences, Settings. Oh, Abby. So Abby, looks like, okay, that's good. Okay, Jonah, you are sure that you have installed that Prettier formatter, like from these extensions? Okay, let me just check that one. So you go to extensions again and go to Prettier and you find this, like this is installed, Prettier code formatter over there. Then you go to the settings, as I told you, and if you say default formatter option appears, and if you drop it down, and oh yeah, so code and preferences. That's again, Laura is the lifesaver now. So here you will find that one, Joshua. Who is that? I think John. Okay. So Abby is having some problems. So right. So Abby, did you see that that Laura shared a thing is let's go to code and then preferences and then settings. There is a code option at the top. Oh yeah, that's another question. That's another important point that you need to be, your focus need to be on that, on the Visual Studio Code. Okay, so for all the good guys, please bear with us because this is these are very early classes, and hopefully once everything will settle, that would definitely do that. So Abby, the problem is that you cannot show your screen, so it's rather very difficult right now to help you out because how can we help you out? And even you are not turning on your mic. That's another interesting story. Okay, Jonah, can you share your screen? Jonah, can you share your screen? Jonah, can you unmute yourself also, please, for a second? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's saying here that it's installed, but when I go here, it's not in the dropdown.
Okay, let me have a look at. Can you maximize this Visual Studio Code for a second? Just maximize it. I want to see that completely. Okay, so it's good. Can you just close your Visual Studio Code and open it again back for a second? Because sometimes it's close your Visual Studio Code and run it again. Yeah. Yes, can you maximize it again? Go to your working folder. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, so can you just drop down now? Like the default formatter? No. It's already there. You are already in settings, right? That's an interesting thing that you don't have.
You could just on your keyboard press Control and F, and then you'd be able to search for it.
Try that out. Control F.
Or if you're on Mac, it would be Command, I believe.
Command F.
F.
Yeah, that's not letting me do that.
Okay. Just do one thing. Just close the settings again. As you were doing that, can you close the settings from this top tab? Yeah. Just close that, and now again go back to your settings. Code, preferences, settings. Okay. Now write default formatter. Okay. Now just look at that. Okay, not a problem. Can you go back to your extensions now? Extensions. View and extensions. Okay, so I cannot see your extensions.
One moment. Here we go.
Yeah, just write prettier again over here in the top, write that prettier, and just wait. And just click on this prettier first one. Just hold on, and uninstall that. Uninstall that for a second. Right, and then install it again. Okay, Now go back to your settings, maybe for a second. Go back to your settings. Yeah, and yeah, it's there. It's there. It's there now. It's there. Can you scroll up?
Okay,
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
Can you scroll up? Yeah, it's like
there we go.
after PHP. Yeah, and now this is wonderful. This is wonderful.
All right, thanks.
Now I want to check something with you, like, Jonah, can you share your, like, can you open your Visual Studio, like index.html? Can you open your index.html?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Can you do that, Jonah, that I did? Can you just make your code bad? Like h1 tag should be here and there, like, put some spaces after that. Yeah, like that. And in between that as well, like, after JavaScript, give some spaces in line number 12. Line number 12.
Sorry.
Line number 12 after JavaScript. After inside h1 tag. Yeah, this one here. Just give some spaces. Yeah, multiple spaces. And now hit save. Do you see that? Now, everyone, I'm talking to you. Did you see that Prettier what is doing? What Prettier is doing? You guys understood that one? Prettier, and also, by the way, can you go to your script.js, Jonah, for a second?
Yep.
Jonah, go to your script.js. Now see here a very interesting thing. Hit enter. Hit enter and write console.log. But don't put a semicolon after that, right? Console.log and write anything, your name or anything in the inverted commas, parenthesis. Oh, yeah. In inverted commas, quotations. Yeah, just close that one and don't put the terminator and hit save. Did you guys notice one thing? That he did not paste, he did not put that semicolon, but the semicolon has appeared. Have you guys noticed that one? So actually, this is Prettier is in work. Prettier does what? Prettier tries to take care of our all code. And in HTML, you see, we can scatter our code like here. Thank you very much, Jonah, for sharing. Thank you.
Thanks. No.
Now see here. So now this Prettier, yeah. So in Python, you did not use the Prettier, right? There was no Prettier over there. So anyhow, so actually this is what Prettier is doing for us. And this is now the one thing that I wanted to show you over here. The main thing that I wanted to show you over here, that here we have got this script running, and this script is showing us a lots of cool things. We can just, we can define variables in JavaScript. I'll talk about variables very much detail in the coming classes. So for example, if I say var fname equal to Alan, right? I hit save and I want to console that one, console.log, and I say fname, and I should do that. So you see that Alan is coming as a string. I can define a variable var age is equal to 20, and I can say console.log, and I can print age. And you remember that number will come in a blue color. So number will always be in a blue color, and the string will be in that color. Now, I would like to tell you some more interesting things over here. Console is not only, console.log will print the arrays as well. Are you guys familiar with the arrays? 1, 2, 3, 4 arrays. So if you see that arrays will come, and JavaScript will give us a good hint. What is at the 0th location? What is it? And I'll talk about all of these things. I'm just right now telling you. Even console.log can print something called an object. And I'll talk about object, which comes in curly brackets, like a list if you have used maybe. So b:2. So if I have just something like this and I console that, you see that it prints out like an object. So A has 1 and B has a key value mapping, the dictionary like environment over there. Do you guys remember that? So again, I'll talk about most of the things. Don't worry. I'm just, giving you a hint. We can even use something called console log table. And if I just copy and paste this same thing. Right now, we are just talking about the console output. So don't worry about that. We'll talk about how to bring that on the web page. So if I say console.table, you see that it will bring a index is that and value is that. It can just appear in the table as well. Make sense, everyone? Console has all more new interesting things. Console.error. If I say console.error, this is an error, right? So if I just do that and I hit save, you will see that error comes in the red color. In the same way, if I say console.warning, this is a warning. So if I hit save that, you see, okay. Console.warning. It's warn. It's warn, not warning. Sorry. Console.warn. You see here. So warn is basically for warning, right? Console.warn. In the same way, we have something very interesting. Console.time. Or rather, before that, if I tell you, there is called console.clear. If I call this clear function, you will see that it will just clear all the console, for example, at this point of time, and we can just do lots of interesting things over here. After that, I can just use, maybe there is one more option, or there are some lots of options that we can use in that one. So this is just to show you that there are so many things related to this console that we can use. And another very important nice feature is console.time. If I say start of this time, not L time, this is console.time. And again, inside that, if I put some console statement, console.log1, and let me just put some more statements over here. 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I say console.time end, if I say time end and I put end over here, so you see what it'll do. End does not exist. Why does it not exist? Oh, okay. I need to use the same name that was started. So its name was start. So start started from this point. Like I've just named it start, and I have to end it with the start. So after that, 4 statements were printed, and it took 0.877 milliseconds in executing that one. Are you guys getting that one? So it is basically just naming something. So for example, I can say block. So it's the block, how much time this block will take. So I'll say this block will take, for example, this block will take 0.28 seconds for this time. So again, it really depends upon sometimes how much time it is taking to. So console.time end, and we can just work on that one as well. So now onward, so someone was saying that their Node.js is not working. So you remember when we were running this in the Node.js, if you remember, before this, we were running this in the Node.js. And if I show you that, remind you that we were running like this, node script.js. So you see that it is just running over here, and I can run it over here. But now we have found another interesting way of running our page. So why not let's run our page on that typical. Okay, by mistake, I closed my document. So if you want to run it again, right click, open live server, open with live server. So now I've got a interesting way of running my JavaScript file. And if I see here that console is there, and if I check console, you see that everything will be running over here and everything will be printed. And whenever the clear is appeared, it just clears everything from the previous one. If I just take this clear away, it will just print everything over here. So see here, I have everything over here, table, hello world, and all those kind of things. Does that make sense to everyone? I'm stopping here, and I'll continue from here on Monday, first class, and then we will have Dr. Annie's class. There will be a practice session. But I hope that you guys are good till this point of time. And I hope you enjoyed making this HTML page. By the way, in front end, I will tell you each and every line why this is coming from, where it is coming from. And I'll tell you what is this tag and what is this, something like that. Alex, no class tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is Friday. How do I bring up terminal in VSC? Okay. So, if you are on a Mac, so, you will find, be sure that VSC is selected and you go to the terminal and say new terminal like this. A terminal will appear. Alex. Oh, sorry, Tristan. Terminal will appear like that. Okay. I would suggest one thing. I would request one thing rather. Please, all of you have a look at my all 3 lectures from yesterday. Every lecture down deep for your weekend. And, sort of, I will call it that it's a pre-study for your next Monday lecture. Because if you will look at every part of it, you will be definitely very good prepared for the Monday lecture. Make sense, everyone? Should I expect that those who are unable to attend the lecture, they will be able to see the video again? And those even who attended the lecture, they should please look at the videos again. That would give you a good confidence in the topics that we are talking about. Okay, having said that, we are stopping here. I hope you enjoyed today's session. I hope this is all. And again, we have not even started the real enjoyment part, the HTML part. We have just touched that HTML. When I'll start talking about this H1, H2 title and this one, you'll be blown up, in excitement, because this website making is so very fun and you will definitely enjoy that. Okay, Brandon, thank you. Yes, see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Savannah, you too have a great weekend. And hopefully this first week is good for you, and all the coming weeks will be rather more good for you. Okay, thank you very much and enjoy your day. If you don't have any questions, if you have any problem, I'm here. I will be able to just help you out if someone needs the help.